up, and I'm done talking. Let's get into this casting. Thank you guys again. Let's go. All right. This again is going to be a best out of 3 situation. This is iNFamous versus the Kranniz eSports team. And yeah, so right away, Blue going with that Aram. Aram, such a strong champion. Like we've said all the time, she is one of the best supports and also just a boss of the entire map when she is in it, and she's a problem that you have to deal with constantly, and such a strong hero. One of my personal favorites. Violet, such a strong champion, easily in the top champion right now as far as tier ranking is considered, and damage output. We're gonna go ahead and mute that because that's annoying. So we're gonna go over to looks like on the red team we got Velheim being banned out and Groot, Mr. Tree himself, being banned out. So we will not see either of those two heroes. All right, blue team now looking to see what they want to do. So I do like all of the bans are out right now. Slim's being banned out. So that is now 2 junglers, 3 marksmen that have been banned. So marksmen are going to be, the Lindis is going to be a hot commodity for these teams to pick up. She, of course, being the next best jungler. And that's a great ban from iNFamous. They're actually making it so this red team either has to ban Lindis or potentially give it up to this blue team, because blue does have the first pick. But with that being said, Marja is still on the table, so a very strong champion. Also, the Zennial, with being able to get into the team fights, not being, while just being in another part of the map, his ult is always just such a vital part. And the Omen getting picked up, so I would expect Kranniz right here to pick up Lindis without a problem. So Omen should not be one of the first picks. I don't know what iNFamous is possibly doing here. Maybe that's Killzone is what he wants to play as opposed to switching with his teammates. Maybe a misplay there. Chugnar, great pickup. Mina as well would be a good pickup, but that's 2 heavy support heroes. Mina would be able to go a little bit more tanky and let the Chugnar go damage if they wanted to go that route. But Marja is the definite pick that they needed to go. Chugnar, such a strong champion, getting out of stuns. He's a vital part to any team. So we're seeing a net being shown. So that would be an interesting pick. We have not seen her in the tournaments just yet. She did just come out last week, and it was after the last tournament. I think it was last Friday, I think, is when it came out, or something along those lines. But we have not yet seen her in these games, which I would like to see her. I really would. Team E looks like he's being shown at this point, and Scud. So Scud, great tower pusher, but against a Marja, you are very at a disadvantage. I think the Malik going up against a Marja, I think that's what they're thinking here, and that's why we're seeing so many different choices. Because right now, Marja is going to be going against Omen, and to look at that matchup, Marja wins that in almost every scenario. And it looks like they're going to go with the Malik and the Teamy. Teamy using that ult to be able to res up his teammates. Such a great, important ult. Malik being able to jump in like Batman and stun anyone around. Such a vital part to initiation for sure. And also being just outright tanky. So again, Lindis getting picked up. This is what I'm talking about. Is that this red team actually picked out really well. They picked 2 high-tier heroes. They picked the one of the best supports that you can have on a team and one of the best top laners for their first 2. And if we look at the blue team, they're just really picking not top-tier heroes, like the ones that are overpowered, the ones that end up winning the game. A teamie is a vital person to have on your team, but an Omen is just really not for a first pick. I would like to see him either in the second set of picks or even like this last set right now. So Liliana getting picked up as the mid character for this red team, and she is very strong with those AoE stuns, and AoE damages. All right, so blue is going for their final picks and showing Wisp. I don't know what I'm looking at. Wisp is not the character that you want in the jungle, and I don't know if they're gonna lane with her. But if that was the case, Chugnar is gonna be able to counter that, I think. So looks like they're making their choices here, and Kranniz is up at this point, and I'm really surprised that they're not showing Kranniz. Kranniz is a very, very strong champion in the jungle, and able to get to the Liliana, or even the Lindis, able to get to that person and should just dunk on them. And Kranniz finally being shown, and that's what I'm talking about. Now this team is really coming together. So the teamie with the Crixie, and as well as the Kranniz, and this blue team is really starting to form really well. So what is going to be this last pick for this red team? And the only thing that they're missing currently is a bottom lane. So someone that's going to have to go up against the Malik. And it's going to be with the Chugnar. Chugnar's more than likely going to be roaming, but who do you send against a Malik like that? All right, and then after this is picked, we can go ahead and unmute the game. When people switch heroes like that, it is kind of obnoxious, so it is good that we are able to mute the game so that you guys don't get spammed by stuff. So Kresh was picked, and I gotta say that is a pretty solid pick. Kresh will be able to zone out a lot, and this, especially with the Kranniz, I think he will be able to not chase down, but at least hopefully slow down the Kranniz from initiating onto the Liliana or the Lindis. So that it is basically going to be try to protect those two heroes for this red team. Over to the blue team, Kranniz is really going to need to utilize his speed and his initiation to get in onto Lindis. But with that being said, there's not really much that's going to save this Crixie, and I think that that's going to be something that they need to be careful about. I mean, Teamy is going to have to look after Crixie through most of the team fights because Malik really doesn't have much to utilize there. And Omen has his one skill that he can lock down, which is very powerful, but will it be enough? I guess that's the question. All right, so as far as hero proficiencies, we should see a lot of great plays from this Liliana. Look at the badge on Liliana and Kresh. Both very, very big veterans. That's got to be over 100, usually about 150 games over. So good stuff. If we take a look, I think I saw Malik with Execute before, but he did opt to switch to the heal. So that's going to be pretty important, especially when going down on bottom versus a Chugnar. Or possibly Crashed, I guess. I'm sorry. All right, so the game will be starting here, and then we'll be able to get into the action. So this is game one of best of 3. This is KZ versus iNFamous. All right, both sets of teams running straight to the mid lane. We should see them kind of branch off and start to guard their respective buffs. I don't think that we'll see an invade. I'd be pretty interested if we did, but it looks like Omen actually running pretty deep into the jungle. Malik trying to throw out some damage. It's just kind of sizing up each other at this point. Malik is going to be returning to the bottom lane with the Kresh, and it looks like both jungles are off, so we shall see. Teamy is hanging around trying to get some idea of where they're going. They do know that Lindis is in the other side, but look at what Kresh is doing. Or I'm sorry, Chugnar. Chugnar doing a great job, and look at the rotations. Looks like Teamy did see Liliana trying to run down this way, and look at this. A great trap there, and oh, she does pick it up with the trap, so an excellent trap there to pick up that kill. And look at this. The teams are now having to retreat. Teamy going back in, hitting the stun. And Chugna are now very low. But look at that. Crest running in. And oh my gosh. The kills come out. And that is 2 for this red team. Wow. And that was Cricknack and the Teamy both going down. So a great job there. I really thought that the red team would have lost someone. I thought that was a 1-for-1 trade, but no. And it looks like Liliana and Lindis both picked up a kill there. So 2 people on their team that you do not want to give kills to did get those right in the first minute of the game. We see the gank, a possible gank down on bottom, and it looks like Crest is going to have to back up here. And sure enough, he does. So Dragon is spawning. Blue team is in a great position to get this Dragon. We see the red on the top part of the map, nowhere near the Dragon. So a bit of a misplay, but it looks like the Lindis was rotating, trying to clear the jungle as best they can. Kresh does have full sight of this, and look at this. Lindis showing up in a moment's notice, and Kresh was able to get the Dragon. We got Kresh actually throwing out the ult, and now the blue team is running for their lives. And oh, Cricknack getting taken out by this Kresh. This Kresh is just all-star right now. Was able to take them out, and that was Malik as well going down with the Teamy. So again, they weren't level 4. The red team was because of that first fight that they had, plus taking Dragon. All that increased it so that they did get their ults before this blue team, and really shifted the tide of that battle really in the blue team's favor. Or I'm sorry, really in the red team's favor because of picking up that Dragon. So right now it is a 2.5k gold difference, and it is going to be extremely hard to come back once they start getting these towers, now that they have the items that they need. We can see that they're starting to potentially finish some of their items for this red team, so we should see that within the next kill or tower that goes down. All right, so red team now kind of slowing the pace down just a little bit, but this Crash is in the jungle, did pick that up again. So Crash doing a great and amazing job getting these last hits. Look at this, Crash not scared at all, running into 4 heroes, but they quickly back up and don't want anything to do with this. Oh, and if we look up at top, Killzone is going to get taken out here by the Marja. So Zune winning this top lane. Blue team is reacting to this. Cricknack trying to go, but look at mid. Mid had now three heroes there. Malik down on bottom by himself. He really should be in the middle. Look at this. Teamy trying his best to try to save this, but Cricknack running in way too late. Way too late. The tower was gone. He missed his opportunity, and he is paying for that. Now look at this. Malik trying to jump in. Does end up stunning 2 of them, but is not going to initiate, just like we thought. Look at this. Omen up on top, trying to go towards his tower, but he is too little too late. After dying, the Marja and the Lindis were able to finish that off. So great rotations by this red team. Great fights by this red team. That early lead really has swung in their favor. And if we check out the gold charts right now, you can just see that it is drastically in the favor of this red team. Teamy running in, does have his ult, but he is trying desperately to get away, and pops his heal there. So not the best way that you really want to use that, but look at this. He's going to take a trip back to base, and the red team is going to get this dragon. So that is 3 towers, 2 dragons for this red team. And now looks like there's Marja trying to get the blue buff, and Cricknack was able to pick that up. So the red team kind of spreading out here. Lindis is now reacting to this fight and trying to get to mid as quickly as possible. Able to see that the Malik is there, but just a little bit of damage, that's all. And it looks like this red team may be overextending here. Look at this. This is 4 heroes here. If they get this off, this would be pretty huge. Malik going in. Crash throwing out the stun, hitting all 3 heroes, stopping them dead in their tracks. And now look at this. Tower diving with this Crash is such a great idea. He's able to take a lot of beatings, and Cricknack was going down. Teamy missing his ult, and the rest of his team perishing because of it. So Malik, Teamy, and Cricknack all getting taken down in the bottom lane. That's going to be another tower for this KZ team, and also going to rotate possibly to mid or try to push this high ground tower. And it looks like they want this high ground. And look at this. Omen just not the team fight that he really wants to be in. He really wants to be up top farming, but he's just... And again, he's in mid and now rotating up to top to try to save this tower. We haven't seen him group with the team yet, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. As far as him, he needs to have his presence on the map, and just hasn't been able to. 2 flickers going off right there, and a missed opportunity. Look at that. Or I'm sorry, that was just Omen. Omen did try to go in, wasn't able to land the skill. And if we look, Omen does still have his ult, so he didn't use it there. And look at this. We can see that it is going to be next to nothing. He is under half-life, pushing all the way up into the river up on top. I mean, that is just a misplay for sure. Needed to be a little bit more careful, and I think he just needs to heal and group with his team. The gold right now at 7K difference, and Kranniz wasn't able to pick that up. So it's just been one unfortunate event after unfortunate event for this blue team. Chugnar getting some good damage out now. He is able to push out some damage. If we look at his items, he doesn't really have that much. He's just now starting. Teamy is going to go down here, does do a beautiful ult, and was able to get it off, but he is able to get out of there. So nice. So Malik was able to get away with his ult down on bottom, and so was Teamy. But now they don't have these ults. They are now level 8. Lindis is up to level 12. And look at this. Malik trying to drop as much as he can, but Chugnar getting taken out. So that is the first kill for this blue team. But look at this. Crash coming in with the ult, and he is in hot pursuit right now. He's trying to do as much as he can, but chases the team off. And look at this. Omen just not even caring right now that his tower's under attack. And now reacting, but it's almost too little too late. Hopefully he can get there. And he's trying to run in. Does get the ult off. Was able to pick up a kill there. Or I'm sorry, Kranniz was able to get that kill. But that's the game right there. So KZ taking game 1. And the gold difference was huge by the end of it. All right, so we will set up game number 2 here in just a moment. So what a game that was. Man, I just feel like there was so much going on at any given moment. And we will see. So KZ easily was able to take that, and I do really believe that it had to do a lot with that first team fight, getting that early advantage, getting those level 4s, getting the dragon and the bottom. Just because you hit level 4 first, I mean, that's a no-brainer. And it wasn't just one person. It was the entire team got level 4 and was able to go nuts. And that's what I was saying is that when they were going through the picks and bans phase, when they locked out most of the marksmen, so the blue team locked out most of the marksmen, the high-tier marksmen. Lindis is the only decent one that's out there. And they don't first pick it. They end up going with Omen. And Omen really wasn't a factor in that game. I think if they would have taken Lindis away from KZ, I think that would have been pretty huge. All right, so the teams are joining right now, so we will be ready to go in just a moment. Remember, this is best of 3. So if iNFamous does win this, they will be able to, we will go to a game 3. But if KZ does take this, that will be it for the series. By the way, we said that we were doing a giveaway, and I'm going to hold true to that. So, we did get up to 103 viewers at one point, so I will go ahead and stay true to my word, is that the giveaway, even though it says that it's 500 vouchers, it will be for 1,000, and the winner is Damn Good Nips, buddy. If you're around, say something in chat, and I'll reward you with the 1,000 vouchers. My dude, congrats, buddy. There you go, buddy. So, if you can, bud, add me on the game, it's you'll see my name. Add me on the game, and then we can you can send me whatever skin you want. 1,000 vouchers or less, please. First time I won anything. Good, bud. Well, congrats, buddy. All right, and with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into the next game. Again, you know what? Maybe we should do one more. We're over 100. We're over 100 viewers, and just to say thank you for everyone tuning in, we'll do another giveaway. Make sure to get in that, and thank you. It's basically just thank you. We're gonna go ahead and get into this. Remember, this is KZ. KZ does have game number 1 under their belt. They are now the blue team. If KZ does end up taking this, they will be our winners for today. All right, so Mina already banned out for this KZ team, and Aram banned out for this iNFamous team. So great ban so far. Mina is got to be one of the top supports next to the Chugnar and the Aram. So it's always good to get them off the plates. All right. So now the blue team has to make some choices, and they're deciding to go with Omen, and I think that's an odd choice. The Omen that we saw last game wasn't a one that really could shine. So I think a Marja, or if maybe they're trying to go for a more of a Marja pick, Omen is an odd pick. But what they could be doing, and this is a thing that people do commonly, is look for the person who didn't do the best on a character and ban that character out so that they have to play something that they don't know. So we'll see what they end up going with. All right, so looks like Chugnar and Violet both being banned out as well. Again, Chugnar, such a strong character. He is the best thing that you can do. So with Kranniz on this blue side banning Chugnar, I would expect to see stuns coming out for this blue team. Normally, once you see a Chugnar being banned out, that means that these teams are going to run someone like a Velheim or something along those lines that stuns pretty frequently. And with so let's see with the blue. I think it's going to be a Velheim. And sure enough, there it is. It's so plain to see kind of the steps that everyone want to take as far as this. So not a surprise there. So there's still a lot on the table. We do know what the Velheim is. So a Marja is a great pickup to try to counter and fight him because of the lifesteal that she has. So let's see if this red team is going to be able to pick it. A Zenial, great choice as well. Able to get into those team fights. So instead of worrying about Velheim, going to be worrying about getting and supporting the team. We still need this next champion, and I think I don't know. We'll see what they end up going with here. All right, and showing the crash. So already this red team has a very tanky team, and we can expect to see a lot of damage coming out for the rest of the heroes. So blue team now has some choices to make. They know what kind of team that they're going to be up against. Amina right now would be an excellent choice, but just they already banned it out. So Lumber would be a pretty good one because he's able to throw out the stun. But Alice would be very good as well, be able to stun and throw out the slow. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would expect to see the support picked at this point, just to battle up against it. So Malik and also the mid hero is going to be the Kali, and looks like they're not sure which one. All right, so blue team showing their team, and that is what they're going to go with. So Malik and also Kali. the Yorn being shown, and that is a surprising character. Yorn is very strong, but he lacks the mobility that he needs in order to be a great marksman. So I do really, really like that they picked Cricknack with the Yorn, because if they wouldn't have, Cricknack just stomps all over Yorn. All right. So Pura being shown. I do like Pura being able to stop a lot of the tanks and also potentially stop the Cricknack from finishing his little combo on, say, Kali or the Velheim. So I would expect that this next person is going to be more of a tanky top laner. So a Marja would sit pretty well. Oh, I'm sorry. They need the jungle. So okay, that makes sense. So tanky top lane will more than likely be, or bottom lane will be Pura and Malik. So okay, got a little confused there. All right. And the last pick is going to be Grok. So I do like the Grok pickup, but with this team, I think that they need, they already have the tanks, and they do need a mid. I think Raz is a pretty good choice. But I don't know. It looks like they're having some issues figuring out what they want to go with. So we'll just wait for them to finish up, and then we'll kind of comment on that from there. Can you get 2 skins for that much? Yes, you can, buddy. All right, and Flash being shown. So great pickups all around. And we see that the bottom 2 actually swapping around. So, all right. So this is going to be the 2 teams. Yorn is the wild card, I got to say. I don't think he's going to be able to shine very much because of the Velheim and the Slims on this blue team. I mean, either one of them, once you're in a 1v1 fight, one of them is going to get you down to half. But maybe this is the best Yorn that we've ever seen, and we'll go from there. So they're doing a lot of swapping at this point, and they only got like 15 seconds, so hopefully nothing goes wrong here.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, and here we go. So game number 2, KZ does have the lead right now, and if KZ walks away from this, the winners, then they will be that will be the end of the series. But if iNFamous is able to pull this off, it will be going to game 3. So right now we do see that the Flash has a lot of games on that hero, but again, such a strong hero, but very hard to play, especially in tournaments, is this Yorn. And look at this, the bronze badge. That's again, to know the mechanics of Yorn, to understand how to play him. He's not like other marksmen. I think this was the mistake. But maybe he has a Smurf account. Maybe he's actually a master tier Yorn, but having a bronze Yorn is such a mistake. Like, I personally have such a hard time playing him because he is so different than the others. All right. We'll see how he does, and here we go. Both teams sprinting off, getting ready to see who is going to invade the jungle. All right, and look at this. 4 heroes in mid, able to initiate onto Kali. Kali throwing out some damage, but with that shield from Crest, was able to basically block almost everything. All right, we see both of the red and the blue teams rotating up to top, and Velheim doing his best to throw out as much damage as he can. And that's actually really good. So KZ is able to really body this. And look at that, using the heal, mistakenly uses the heal. And look at this, completely got bodied at the very beginning, under half-life, no heal, and you are level 1. It is not going to be a good top lane for you, so we will see from there. And look at this bottom lane. Already, this Yorn having to go against this Malik by himself. And we see Kali throwing out as much damage as possible to this Crest, but the red team is backing off. Let's go up top, and oh my goodness. Killzone is just going to have a heck of a time until this Kranniz is able to rotate up to top. And look at this, Yorn is going to be taken out there. And also, top was taken out, and Kranniz is just nowhere near. I don't know. I think that little invade that Blue did really slowed him down. Because if we look over to the Slims, I mean, I guess they are pretty equal in level. So a big missed opportunity. Could have went bottom, could have went topped, but wasn't around. Now look at this tower being taken out. Very much delayed reaction in what he wanted to do. So he should have went down bottom immediately, try to protect that tower as best he can, but let it die. So within 2 minutes, 2 kills and a tower for this blue team. All right, so we do have a pause. So one of the players must have DC'd by mistake, so we'll give him a moment to connect on back. You guys are all changing your names to pink. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Looks like everything is resuming. I see all the characters moving, so we will go from there. Blue team now running down, running to the dragon. Red team now seeing this. Red team needs to react to this. Flash already jumping in, isn't able to get to the dragon in time. Malik using his ability to possibly zone out the other enemy. Red team is now running back to mid. All right. Red team, yeah, definitely struggling so far. They aren't that far down. I mean, they did lose a tower and a dragon, which is pretty bad. But let's take a look up on top. You see that the whole team rotating up this way, both sides. And now they're trying to go for the Sentinel instead of helping up on top. So such an overextension by this red team, and the blue team was too busy with the Sentinel. And that is going to be Malik going to be taken out here. And oh, the heals by the Pura. Pura actually coming in and was able to land almost everything. And look at this team. This red team just completely gets turned around there. And Yorn getting taken out, as well as the rest of the team. And Flash is the lone survivor and is going to have to back out. And this is going to be a tower. That was a 4 for nothing exchange there. And they should keep the pressure on this red team. And wow, what a fight that was. Cannot believe how much that fight turned around. All right. Blue team was able to pick off the tower in mid with next to no defense. This blue team's doing a great job running around the map, able to get every objective pretty quickly. Oh, Dro's out of position on that Pura. Pura using the ult. The ult coming in, just not enough to stop this red team. Now Kali in a bit of a pickle here and has Crashed and also Zinio coming in, but she's able to get back. All right, we have the red team now rotating up to top, and this is what I'm talking about. These rotations that this red team is doing not too bad. It's not too bad at all. The Pura definitely was out of position there and shouldn't have been, but it's just a minor misplay that hopefully is an easy thing to overcome. The blue team was able to pick up the dragon in the meantime, and the red team did see it, but just a little too late. Kranniz did not want to go in on that dragon, and I think he definitely could have. Possibly ran around as opposed to try to dive in. All right. things are slowing down. And look at this, Yorn in some trouble up here. Malik chasing him down and did some great damage. Zenio and the rest of the red team is up here, but look at that. That ult was able to get him out of that position. Look at the blue team in the meantime is cleaning up this jungle and is going to push this bottom tower. So look at that overextension of red up to top without knowing where the rest of the heroes is, and is now going to lose a tower and also Flash being taken out. And look at, they're still not reacting and getting down there quickly enough. So just the slow reactions of moving and rotating for this team, it's definitely hurting them. It's getting them farther and farther behind in this game. Pyrrha using the ult, trying to heal up the team. Khalid doing some great damage to both these heroes. And that's another tower. Again, Cricknack all the way upstairs, up top, not near the fight that's going on. And they just keep giving up tower after tower. Oh my goodness. Zenial jumping in just gets demolished. And we got the Crushed ult coming in, but that is a 5-on-1. And now look at this. iNFamous down to Flash and Yorn. Flash is being taken out, and now KZ is down to their final tower. That gets taken out, and now it is just Yorn versus the entire KZ team, and he is trying now. Zenial is back up, but it is too little, too late. That is KZ taking the game. All right. And that is it. That is the games. That was crazy. But thank you guys for those follows. Appreciate you.